Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And I'm here with one of my best friends, Chelsea. She is an amazing artist, photographer, boss-ass bitch. She does it all. And this is actually the person who taught me about manifestation. We're gonna try to be serious. We have so much fun together. But yeah, she taught me about manifestation. I remember she used to live here in LA, and I went to her loft one day. She had this beautiful loft, all these things, like the whole shebang, and I was like, girl, how are you doing this? And she took me over to her altar, and first of all, she had an altar, and it had all these things on it, and she showed me about how she liked to pray and set intentions to the universe, and she had such a beautiful energy to her that I was like, wow, like she really must be doing this thing right. And so I went home, I went on YouTube, I went on the internet, I started Googling law of attraction, manifestation, because I was like, I want a piece of this pie this girl's got. Because honestly, she's living like the funnest life. That's the thing I like about you, is that like you have fun wherever you go. You're constantly manifesting abundance, manifesting friends, manifesting opportunities. And so I thought, why not share this with my channel and give them some of your manifestation tips? So Chelsea, how about you introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about you, whatever comes through, and then we'll go from there. So.
Well, I'm now a photographer based in New York, and I'm from LA, and I think I've always, as a child, loved capturing beauty or finding what beauty is and kind of understanding life through that. And I feel like, in some sense, the manifestation stuff that I came across in LA gave me this sense of empowerment and control of my life, where I was no longer a victim of my circumstances, being from poverty or from whatever the story is. Everyone has a story.
Yeah.
And I think I wanted to have that sense of control in a very non-violent way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what led me to spirituality and kind of digging a bit deeper and questioning everything and not really believing everything and trying to just see everything as this living expression of life, and kind of my goal is to capture the pure expression of life, and by doing so I hope I myself am that, because I can tend to control myself in a way to back off so I can see life.
Yes.
Which it doesn't work that way. It's like I have to be my full self to capture the full life, and
yes.
It's kind of like I've learned over time to fall in love with whatever I'm shooting and kind of see the person as their great aunt or someone that loved them the most. And I think me having a passion in doing that is what led me to doing it. Because there's one thing to say, oh, I want to be a photographer so I can get likes on Instagram and do all these things.
Yeah.
And then it's another thing to be like, I actually enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
And no matter what people say, I'm going to figure out how to
That's
pursue it.
The attitude.
And I think that's what helped lead me, is having that baseline of, this is something I love doing. People were like, oh, you can't make money off of that. You'll never get published.
That's what they told
unless
me.
So I don't have, so a background on me, I don't have any help. I'm from a town of 100 people in Kentucky. I don't have a father in Hollywood or or whatever. And I was lucky enough where when I was in photography school, I just kept meeting the right people, because I emanated that desire to be great. And the desire to be great without control is what I feel like the secret is. Yeah. In a way, it's very simple. It's just really committing yourself to doing what you love, and I think that's my story, and trusting that it'll be okay, and trusting that if you need to go somewhere for 2 years and not talk to people for a while and hermit, and when you come out, you'll see who's still there.
Yes.
And who's still
She's been through the dark night of the soul. So have I. Yeah, we went through that. And
yeah.
Do you guys see why she's one of my closest friends? You're the sweetest. Yeah, you guys.
It's intense, and I I feel like I give off these vibes that I'm a very lovable, cute person when I'm on set as a photographer, and it's a very male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
And I find that,
most
oftentimes
industries are, to be honest. I mean, yeah, speaking as, it's incredible you've done everything you've done. It's just, Yeah, in a male-dominated industry, it can be very difficult, and
Yeah.
I've experienced that too. And I'm coming from
And
a
a lot
similar
of them
situation.
don't have, the kind of like spiritual thing behind
Yeah.
it. It's like the people that make it in these kind of industries that are dominated have this magic of like they really, really committed themselves almost more than anyone but you want that. You want that energy. You don't want it given to you just because you fit the part.
Yeah.
You want you want to be there because you fought for it, and then you'll be more happy than a lot of the other people secretly. Even if you don't need to show it or not, there will always be, I have like my haters that follow me and watch everything and don't interact, and like everyone's got
There's
those
always
people.
going to be the haters.
And you've got to just like block everyone out and be like, I chose to do this before I even knew them, and I'm going to continue to do this.
And that's what I've done with Rainbow Harmony, and I talk a lot about my fashion styling. That's totally what I've done. I mean, I came from a similar situation, small town, no support from my family. And
small-minded, and like you can't make money off of art, and it's
people will tell you that you can't make money.
But to be real, you in the beginning you can't. To be real, and I think, bless your heart if you're in that moment where you're working for free and you're still working your ass at a full-time job, and it's pardon my bad language.
No, it's fine.
But I think that is a moment that is not something to be ashamed of, that you're hustling and still have to work a job, because that is the moment that you can really find and discover in yourself against the friction that you really want to do this. And instead of putting your focus on what you don't want the job, of course. You want to be able to be financially dependent and be able to do your thing. And I think you reach a place where you just don't even care, and you're like, I'm going to do it, job or not. Yeah. And it's going to happen. And you have to there's like a commitment mentally. And in the time between...
The commitment comes when you quit your day job.
Yeah.
This card's coming
that?
out. This card just literally just came out, and it's talking about, like, doing the shit. It's talking about committing yourself fully. It's talking, this card is talking about, like, being an artist is worth it for the finished product. Yeah, this is talking about the wheel of the year. The wheel of the year. It's talking about how it takes time. It takes many moon cycles sometimes. And this heron is a sign of patience. Yeah. And there's 3 herons, so you have to be very, very patient on the artist's path.
And I struggled with patience. Yeah. That's my number one struggle.
So what could you tell, and like let's say someone who's watching, a lot of my followers are people who are very artistic. They're finding out that they're clairvoyant. They're finding out that they have these spiritual gifts, but they're working for the man still. 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week. They got children. What would you tell someone like this who wants to be a photographer, or wants to be a dancer, or a writer, or a healer? Like, what advice would you give them, just from your perspective and where you come from?
What's coming to me is when you are inspired by someone great, like an Irving Penn or a Billie Holiday, when you feel inspiration, it's because you're seeing what's inside of you, and it's not outside of yourself. And that when you go to create, remember that inspiration, and you will be, I think, at your purest expression. And
whatever's just inside of you.
If you see it, if you perceive it, it's inside of you. I think life is a process of seeing what you are not and seeing that you are everything that you seek. And that is like...
We talk about that a lot on the
and you have to go through these kind of trials of patience to get there. And it's funny because I'm learning not to take anything for granted, because someone that I've maybe seen for 10 minutes might get hired for something related or know someone related. And if someone treats you bad, stand up for yourself. Don't keep them around just because you know that it's a 6-degree law and you'll see them again.
Have boundaries, you guys.
Have boundaries. And that's what I learned over time, because a lot of people say, oh, well, always, keep it professional, keep it whatever. If someone's taking advantage of you, say, hey, I feel taken advantage of.
Speak your truth.
Yeah, and
speaking your truth helps a lot on this path.
And if they're a good person, they're going to say, let's try to understand why. And if they're a bad person, they're going to say, blame, blame, blame. So, you find out who is worth it, and love takes effort, and relationships take effort, and work takes effort, and I'd say just be patient and keep putting in the effort, and when you feel burnt out, take a break, because that's the other part of the effort.
Know when it's time to, like, actually quit something, or just take a break.
Space is the place.
Because sometimes I feel like I'm just going to give up on Rainbow Harmony. Trust you guys, I promise I won't. Sometimes I just get really tired. But yeah, sometimes I just need to take a break and take a rest and then wake up the next day and go back to it. So remember, like, sometimes you're going to get tired on this path. The artist path is hard. I had to freelance for 10 years before I made money as a fashion stylist.
And you're also going to feel everything.
So, yeah.
Because when you're working full-time somewhere, like a normal person, the way they see artists, I think everyone kind of has the potential inside. At some level, you have to surrender who you are to get those jobs and to do those things along the process, and it's kind of numbing. And then when you get to the place where you're actually interacting with the universe and you're feeling everything, it's intense, and but it's almost like I wouldn't trade it for the world. I want to be able to feel the highs and lows, so then I can be connected to the pure expression of life.
Because so she's talking about what it's like being an empath and working as an artist in like a male-dominated industry or an industry where maybe some other people aren't empaths.
And there's expectations that aren't communicated, and there's certain
So what are your
ways.
tips for being someone who's sensitive, working in a place like New York City?
Yeah.
Like, what are your tips for that? Because, I mean, she's actually helped me a lot with my anxiety, because I struggle with anxiety. Huge reason why I started Rainbow Harmony.
I used to pick my fingers, and now they're all healed.
I used to
tear apart my fingers. I'd go, it's really disgusting. And then one day I just looked at them and I'm like, I'm actually doing this. Yeah. But it took a time to get there, to be like, I'm very sensitive to people's energies, and I will pick if I feel like I'm not perfect, if I'm not being received the way that I want to be. I think that's the hardest part of being human, is you want to be received in a certain way. And as an artist, you're the communicator of that expression, and if it's not received in the way you want it, then it's a very frustrating process. So I think part of it is being able, in those environments where you're not being perceived the way you want to, or you're with difficult clients or whatever, I think just my mantra is treat them like a client.
Yeah, that's good.
Treat them like a client.
Treat them like a client.
Like, don't expect, also expectations go both ways. Don't expect them to be friendly and nice with you when they have expectations on you, because then you're just layering the onion and making things complicated, and it's actually just very simple. They have expectations, they're not communicating, it's not your problem. Focus on doing your best work and focus on doing what you love, because that's why you're there in the first place. And if they don't appreciate you for what you love, every no leads to a yes. And it's painful, because sometimes I'll get clients that I'm like, oh, I really need that money. That's the issue. It's, it takes monetary to function in life. It takes money. And at some level, sometimes I have to take the jobs with the bad clients, and I have to just deal with it. But focus on the work. Focus on, when they're complaining about something, I say, there's always a potential for beauty in this situation. Let's look for it. Let's change. Let's try everything.
Positive. I love that.
Because I think it's better to try everything than to be stuck, or convincing yourself that you're stuck. And then on the flip side, you might feel stuck, but it's just a patience thing. So it could be, I feel like everyone intuitively knows what stage you're at. There's life is a process of intoxication and detoxification.
Yes, it totally is.
So
yin and yang.
Yeah,
right?
and
contrast.
You have to, it's a balance, and you have to let these toxic people intoxicate you, and then go hang out with the people that help you recharge.
Let's talk more about that. Something Chelsea and I talk about a lot, because when I first met her, I was in a space in my life and a time where I was letting go of so many toxic people. And I was drawn to her by her light. The universe literally dropped her into my life. And
although I was still going through life, because I'm a human.
So we were going through a lot when we met each other, but it was cool because we were able to bond over the fact that we were trying to let go of toxic people, and we really wanted to vibrate higher. So can you give them tips on how to let go of toxic people, how to vibrate higher, anything like that?
Trust. Complete trust.
Complete trust.
Painful. The pain is medicine.
Yeah, it's so true.
And there is definitely a detox to painful people, because I think toxic people do something to your own ego that makes you feel inflated or better, and there's that kind of roller coaster thing with toxic people that instead of a grounding experience, they're giving you this kind of woo, and then up experience, and then there's a down. And they're kind of like a drug in a way, where I feel like a toxic person could be very extremely creative.
Yes.
And there's all the things with Hollywood and, directors, and a lot of artists, struggle with sexual issues and all the things. Artists struggle and are sensitive, and probably come from not so welcoming backgrounds of their art background. So I think, there is a a deep and heavy process to being able to just shine your light and hold the light and like completely feel it inside. And I think I recently like read a post that helped me with my anxiety, and it was like, look at 5 things in the room. So I could go water bottle, speaker, shelf, window, and then I'm like very grounded. And I think when you're with toxic people, you're not in that headspace where you can go, oh, water bottle, shelf. You're literally floating out.
It's so
of
true,
space.
Out of your body.
And it's hard because sometimes
Detaching.
it's creative, and a lot of like rappers make awesome rap songs because they hang out with toxic people and they have great stories. So it's almost like toxic people are there to kind of create the drama, and they're expressions of life too.
Okay,
and
I love this.
like-
This is really cool. Like, so like accept them, like
as
let
an
them be.
expression of life.
But
It's
you don't
almost
have
like-
to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, you don't owe anyone anything.
Boundaries.
And everything you give people is a gift or an exchange.
I love that.
And like even though you're being paid, like you're still giving the gift of a listening ear or an opinion as a gift, or and that's kind of going above and beyond on anything as an artist. And also I think dealing professionally, what's been my biggest helpful thing is taking feedback and accepting humility. And even if the feedback feels off, trying to understand.
That's hard for me.
And trying to understand like where that feedback might have been rooted helps a lot, and not just taking it and being like, oh, I screwed up, so I have to take this feedback. It's a lot of times people can, everyone's human, and people's feedback can be wrong.
Yeah.
And I think professionally,
Even my feedback. You never know.
well, yeah, and anyone, and you kind of take what you like and leave the rest.
You gotta trust yourself ultimately. You're
But I think
the ultimate authority.
in a working situation, you have to do what they want to do, and then do what you want to do, and don't fight for your idea. You show your idea, and the work speaks for itself. And I'm not that good with my words, and I work with people that are very businessy and want me to break it down into words, and I struggle with that. And then when I actually get out there with the tool, I'm like, can I just show you? I just want to show you what I think I can do. And then they end up picking that image at the end, or they, and I keep my mouth shut also. I don't go, oh, see, you picked it, because that's fucked up too. You can't turn around and
humility,
yeah,
humbleness.
So
I love
it completely is humbling, and I think New York is a place where you can't show vulnerability as easily as California. Not to compare the two, because that could be a whole speech in itself.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, comparing New York and California.
But the thing about New York is like people aren't quick to show weakness, but people are very quick to tell you if you're stepping the wrong way, or or they feel like you're off. And a lot of times they're right, because the place is moving so fast that
place to go to get a backbone.
Yeah, and people are compromising. You have to compromise your art a little bit to get the thing done, and then at the end you just try to win in your own personal power. You win for yourself, and there's no winning and losing. That's an illusion. There's no gaining and loss. And toxic people kind of feed off of keeping score. You gain this, I won that. You gain this, I won that. And that's why these people become excellent bosses, because at work you're supposed to keep track of, oh, we spent budget on this and we did this, and they're very
people always move to the top. That's why you guys are having trouble in your jobs, because your boss is a narc. Your supervisor's narking you. Yeah, you got to get out of there.
But they get their own personal power off of that instead of internally, and but they also suffer horrible medical issues like stomach ulcers, high blood pressure, food issues where they eat too fast and their stomach's falling apart. Everyone I talk to, ear canal collapse because the pressure inside of your head from holding it in and trying to control
your body,
everyone.
your mind, and your soul are all linked. It's so incredible.
And so I find that to be in a position where no one feels like you're out for their job and you can go in and do a good job, you'll end up where you're meant to be. And if your company's a good company, they'll allocate you as a leader. And if it's a bad company, don't try to rise to the top, because you don't want to get closer to the toxic people. You just want to do a good job and then have the space for yourself in the morning. I find that waking up really early.
These are good tips right
here. Taking a break in the morning before opening the Instagram, which is really hard. If you do open Instagram and you're so addicted to it, you can't help it.
Come on Rainbow Harmony.
Go to Rainbow Harmony
on my page.
or go to Spiritual Thoughts.
Because there will always be good stuff for you guys.
And start your morning right.
Yeah.
And don't try to jump in and start comparing and despairing.
Yes, comparing and despairing. Here we go. I love that. Okay, so here's what we're here for. Tell them your top manifestation tips. Tell them your top manifestation tips.
Feeling and breathing, imagining it, completely immersing yourself in what the spaciousness of your dream is. So
I just did a prayer for that. If you scroll down a couple of videos, it says prayer for manifestation, and that's exactly what I'm doing. The tip that she taught me, and it worked.
Close your eyes and you breathe it in, and you're like, breathe in the present reality of this manifestation.
Right now.
So like, lovely sunshine, which is what I have right now, and then you breathe out the past. And then I think that's like pretty good.
Cool, I love it.
You know, you do what you whatever gets you closer to feeling what that's like, and kind of saying, if I was this person that I want to be, what would I do? And just kind of being like, but don't get too disconnected from the present, because the present, you could be making plans for the future, and the present might give you something better. And the best ideas,
opportunities sometimes come when you're planning for the future.
Yeah, and the best ideas come from now.
Yeah.
It comes from being present and reflecting on both sides, the future, past kind of idea, concepts, and that, when it comes up, it comes up.
So being in the moment is important.
Yeah.
I like that. We're going to do a whole video series in March, Manifest with me in March, and I'm going to have you guys follow my manifestation process. Some of it she taught me. But yes, actually be
from
present.
my own experience.
Yeah.
I'm not some crazy leader.
Same here. Like, I'm like doing this whole Rainbow Harmony thing, but I'm really just a normal person
staying sensitive.
To figure this out. Yeah, staying vulnerable, staying connected in the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for Chelsea, and for you guys who are watching, just to lift her up, just to see what's coming through for her.
I'm wearing my tiger's eye
today.
today.
Gosh, the first card I pull for Chelsea, and for whoever's watching, is the creativity card. Look at that.
Is that me?
Oh wow. There's a lot coming through, and also the playfulness. This you guys see Chelsea's energy.
Silly.
Do you see how silly and see how playful she is? Like when you engage with life like that and you embrace your inner child, a lot comes through for you. And I've been realizing that at times in life we do go down into these emotional waters. We need to be serious and whatnot, but it's important to be playful. It's important to see what life has for you, because that's what Chelsea does. She plays. When I first met her, she had this website called chelsea'splayground.com.
Oh my gosh,
and that's how
I forgot about that.
And that's how I lurked her when I made friends with her, and was like, she's so cool.
Like trying to do Chelsea's
world. Her whole life is like a playground, and she just plays, and that's kind of what you should do, to manifest, and that's Chelsea's medicine. This is part of her medicine, is playfulness and bringing play to the day. So don't forget that. Look at Chelsea's energy and learn that.
That helps the energy come in.
Yeah, learn that from her, because she manifests shit fast. This girl manifests shit. She's like, I'm gonna do this now, and I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm gonna go to Europe now. I'm gonna go here, and I'm like, okay.
I know. I wrote on my when I met my lovely boyfriend that I have now, and I hope
which the
down the road
the cards are talking about.
I actually wrote, I am grateful I've met the one, and that he cooks for me. I'm grateful that I met the one, and he has a stable job understands my profession, but is slightly different. He grew up with art historian parents, so he understands artists. So it's like, when you write, I already have it, and just throw the note away and forget about it. I feel like the fact that you visited that and you went there is enough.
You guys do it. She
enough.
told me this and I did it and it worked. She literally told me all this. I was like, girl, what you doing?
And don't be like, hey universe, when's it coming? What's going on? What's happening? Because then you just end up
It took
looking for
2 years for my biggest manifestation that's anchoring in right now to come through. I mean, I wanted to come faster, but now that it's here, I'm like, 2 years.
But now you can enjoy it because
and
you were patient.
Yeah. So it does take time. The next thing I'm getting for you is that
it's upside down.
This is it's a positive though.
Oh,
it's
good.
like a, hey, pay attention to this. Basically fulfillment in your love life. I see like twin flame, yeah. everybody on the channel, you guys know what this card means, right? This is the card everyone wants to get.
This is the meet your muffin card.
This is the card. That's what she calls her boyfriend, her muffin. This is the card everybody wants to get. That's basically saying like, yes, you're in alignment. Yes, like you're meeting your soul, your twin flame.
And we're literally when he gets home from work, we like unzip our adult bodies and our kids run out and we just like run around the apartment.
That's so cute.
It's not like this serious thing where it's like you're supposed to fulfill all my pain. You know, it's more like let's just be silly and flash each other and like make food and eat ice cream at weird hours of the day.
That's so fun. See, that's why I love hanging out with Chelsea. We're constantly laughing and just having a ball. So the last card.
But I also this is the first time I've been in a really good. You know, I've been through hell in a handbasket.
A lot with relationships. So yeah, having a twin flame is nice. This is actually saying that now it's time for you to make a decision on what you want to manifest next.
I know, and I need to do that.
This is the manifestation card.
That's probably why the universe sent me back to LA, so I can do a full reflection. Because
you're ready for something big. She's ready to manifest something huge because she already has all the things she wants. So now it's like, what's next? And that's what happens. Once you get all the things you want, the universe is like, okay, now it's time for you to fulfill your purpose. And that's when shit gets real. So shit's getting real. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you love this. Leave comments if you want to see me do more interviews with my friends and with artists. I want to show you guys that it's possible to do what you love, to make a living at it, to have a fulfilled life. You know, it's not always perfect. The path isn't always great, but
don't care about what other people think about your stage. No one knows what stage you're in.
And wherever
you don't owe an explanation.
Exactly. Yes, you don't owe an explanation to anyone.
An explanation is a gift.
Yes. All right, you guys. Namaste.
Namaste.
Peace out.
Thank you.
We'll see you.